Hey guys, it's me again. I know a lot of you are depressed right now over the situation on the market, but frankly, I don't think you should be, because if you actually followed my videos and market analysis for the last few months, you should have been prepared for this further descending and the capitulation on the crypto market, and not only there, and on the traditional markets. So basically, this time is actually the greatest time for the big opportunities. Smart and big money are accumulating right now, whether you like it or not. Of course, this doesn't mean that we have reached our bottom, final bottom here. But the thing is, the big money, smart money, they don't care. They buy, they hold. They can oversee another leg down and be back in the game very fast when the market reverses and turns into a bullish phase. Okay, let's today talk about near. Why I think near should be in everybody's portfolio for the next bull run, for the next cycle. Near is expanding very fast and growing day by day by the new companies, by the new unique products they release, and they are on everybody's mouth. And actually, I think myself that Near is so serious right now and has a lot of attention, not from the communities and noise and other stuff in the social media, but from the serious developers, the IT representatives, the serious companies. They make a lot of integrations, and there will be more integrations and corporations in the years to come. So I think that in a year or two, in 2023 or 2024, even the Grayscale, the giant, is going to announce finally that they are adding Near into their um, fund, basically creating the Near dedicated fund like they did with all of the significant and big assets before in the previous years. For example, like they also did with Solana in 2021, before they of course added Ethereum and other top altcoins, as well as Bitcoin, of course. So I think Near is going to be that, and when this announcement is going to be released, um, I think Near starts its rally, and it is going to be huge. From the technical perspective, let's look at our chart and look at what can we see here. Definitely our prediction came to life. Near has reached its global trend line, the lowest global trend line we have here on the chart, and it's good. It can hold for a while, but and maybe even it will become our bottom. I don't know yet, but actually I think we will have to break it at some point and show the people that we are some sort of going lower, scared them away, and then reverse like the other assets according to the similar setup. I will discuss it later in my other videos. So I think whatever we do here, we either go back and retest this local resistance line and get rejected, and we will go lower, dive deep here. And I think the best, as I mentioned before in my previous videos, I think the $2, 195 and 280 is the best accumulation zone that we can have. I think when we reach here, we might have actually dive a little bit here, but I am not sure we are going here. I am sure about that will be here in this zone, and I think we are going to accumulate a little bit here, and we'll be back again up. So this zone, if the price goes here, you have to start buying heavily, at least 50% buy here. If it goes lower, 50% here. Dedicate your amount, the capital you have for this asset. Definitely you need to have it. Everything between $2 and $3 is for buying, and everything below $2, and for example, if we come here, actually if the market goes nasty, and it can, because S&P has a lot of room to go now until $3,500, $3,600, I think, and I mentioned it in my Twitter posts. I think, for example, if we come here 150, 130, I don't know whether we will get to 130, but it definitely will be signal, a great signal to buy heavily. But I think we will be stopping and reversing somewhere here in the rehigh zone. This is our rehigh of the previous so-called cycle. We tried to do this again here, and we're reversing here, significant spot. So we can do the same thing here, maybe with some drops or fake outs below, but it will be bought immediately. I think if it drops lower than into the lower zone here. So definitely we have our targets for buying here and accumulating. What you can do, even if you buy in this zone and it goes lower, what can you do? You can spot a reversal pattern on other assets or Bitcoin or the NEAR itself, and you can open along with your holdings with the NEAR with the minimum leverage you can have, X1 or X2. When you see the bullish setup and you think it is safe, you can open it and you will multiply your NEAR holdings. It is a great idea, like a lot of people did in 2018, 2019, 2020 with the Bitcoin and Ethereum. They were accumulating for the great super cycle ahead and they won big. And you can do the same with NEAR. You just have to do it right and start buying. Of course, we have to go lower, for example, here, because based on this candle we have on the weekly closing, a lot of assets have it. An oblong candle. This can be showing some kind of recovery, but either meets the rejection here upon this counter trend line local and goes lower, or it breaks it, tries to show some fake growth, but we won't be going higher than this candle and we will be back down and we will get there again. So we need to draw at least a second candle of the similar size here below to go further. Okay, what is the potential of the NEAR in my opinion? Basically, you know that my secret weapon is the global trend lines. The global trend lines are the lines that the price is reaching every time. This is the global trend line red, but this one will be easy to reach even if we lose it. Very easy. Our main focus remains upon this black line. It is going to be our point of control during the next cycle. So if we start reversing here and the market goes green, we will be running up to 20s will be the beginning, 33, 30 plus, even maybe $40, I don't know yet, but it is clearly possible for the NEAR. So definitely it is worth buying in the $2 and $3 area and adding everything that is below. you won't lose it in the long run, 2 or 3 years. So basically, also we can look at this chart, and I can see some kind of similar to me setups. I had a screenshot of this and how it usually works, but I kind of lost this screenshot and I cannot find it anymore. It is the setup over an expanding asset. For example, let's look at this. It looks like this, goes up, down. Each one is higher, back, down. And the next one is going to be even higher, down, and it can actually end with the bigger pump to expand and break that resistance. But I don't think we actually get it. But this third try is very possible, even if not according to this setup that we usually have on strong assets like AVX and others. Luna, that was before. So they all had similar setups, and near can be not an exception here. So buying near is a very beneficial thing, I think, will be in the years to come. So you know my opinion here, and you can buy it if you want. Not a financial advice. Decide it for yourself. Make a research. So let's take a look at Cronos. A lot of people were asking me about Cronos lately, asking me to look at it. I do not buy it, but I will look at it because you asked me, so I have to. Why I am not interested in buying it? Definitely because I don't like assets with the extended supply. Cronos has more than 20 billion. Yeah, they have 30 billion of tokens, and I don't like that, because having more than 10, even 5 billion, even 3 billion tokens in circulating or total supply makes the token limited in its price exploration. So I don't want to be limited by these things. The best data for me is when a token has not more than 1 billion tokens. Then we can talk about it, and we can expect the price is running higher than $10, $50. But with this 30 billion, I don't know what people expect from it. A lot of people added it to their watch lists. I understand that, because Crypto.com is kind of the company that works with the traditional world and is occupied with adopting crypto and Bitcoin in the financial industry of the United States. It kind of is regulated, so it wants to make things right, and it is going to be on the forefront of the incoming adoption and regulation in the United States and civilized developed countries. And of course you can have it, you can add it, but I don't like that during this descending market it still has 3 billion in market capitalization. Kind of a lot for me, but maybe it doesn't matter. What can we see looking at the chart? Basically everything is clear to me. We will be back to $48, $50, not 48. Let's look at the years ahead. We are thinking about a year or 2 years ahead, 2025. We will be back to 60, 70, $80, 80 cents here. Definitely we will reach this red line sooner or later. I am not sure whether we will break it, retest and go higher. I don't know it yet, but we will definitely reach it in the next 2-3 years. So people who are asking me to look at this asset and tell them what perspectives they have, they actually can have them and they will be demanded, so you can easily buy this asset and do not worry about it. I don't buy it because Crypto.com is kind of boring for me. They are not too active. Of course they are when the bull market starts and is in the going phase, they activate themselves, but they are not that active as I would like it to be. So basically people asking me where to buy, it is easy. We are reaching the great zone where you can buy safely. With the highs we have around $1, okay, great. This is your buying zone. It is simple as that. Let's look at it. This was our accumulation. The rounding bottom here. Yes, great. Fake run, getting back below, reaccumulation, then we are gearing up and sending it. Okay, the next one. I think buying in the range between 6 cents to 9 cents is a good buy. Is a good long-term buy that will make you at least 10x, I mean 1000% profit in the years to come. So I told you that we are focusing on this line. The price will follow this line. It will be easy. Definitely we will be after this line, but it will be easy to get to that. This one is going to be the main one for us. Buying here is a safe buy. You can stake it or whatever you can do with Cronos. I don't know. I didn't do that, so I don't know what possibilities this Cronos also has. Also, we can try to build here the same setup that I was talking about on Near, and with this asset it looks kind of more clear to me. If you look at this, and we will build the same ascending, expanding global range, what we can see that this asset, if something goes significant up or comes up significant with this asset, with Cronos, for example, Crypto.com becomes one of the official government's representatives in the industry. I'm just making this up. I don't know what can be any news, any significant big news, and if the price is going to be around here at some point, when this news comes up, it will accelerate the price, and it definitely can reach the new highs here and follow this line already, and follow this setup that I was talking about, this expanding setup that we have on significant and trading assets. When we come here, go higher, higher, back down, retesting, and we are breaking it. The same is possible here. We have one touch, second, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can go nuts if something crazy is going to happen with it. I don't know yet, but we can actually. Or you will be able to take your profit here if you see the rejection, the absorbing candle, red candle, you will be able to, you will know that you have to bail out, and you will take your profit, and you will be buying lower, either here or here again, and looking for some bounces back. Easy, in my opinion. I don't know, tell me whether it was easy to understand in the comments. So next, let's look at our Injective token I was talking about, and I am psyched about it. Injective token has some great team of the investors, Pantera Capital, Slashed, and others, I guess Cryptocom also. So if you look at this chart, it is very tight. It is the chart that is going to be broken to the upside. If we find, I told you in the previous video about the Injective token and TVT, I was talking about it. I said that the price will come to 143, and we came here. Great thing. And I said that I think that it is coming to $1 too, to $1.90. But if capitulation goes on, I think based on the previous candle, we actually can find the reversal around $1 or 70 cents. This is going to be the reversal, and you have to buy. This asset is going to be great. Injective, let's find it. Injective, it has only 100 million tokens. Great tokenomics, and these tokens are going to run high, and we can see that from the history they were around $21. So buying for $1 is definitely a beneficial and great idea for me. So this is the blockchain built for finance, interoperability, and bridges between the Cosmos IBC and Ethereum. Great representatives, Binance and Pantera, Hashed, Mark Cuban. Oh my gosh, this is definitely, and you can stake it in the Injective hub. So this is definitely for a buy, and I'm going to buy it. If it comes to my prices around 70 cents, definitely gonna buy it. Where are our targets? Well, as we discussed before, this point of control line, we will reach it sooner or later, depending on how the market is going to evolve. $15 is the matter of time in the next 2 years, I think, and maybe even higher. I don't know. Maybe we will draw here a lower high and go back. Then again another lower high. This is only based on the TA or setups that I see here on the chart. I'm not fantasizing. I only analyze it from from the setups that I know from my experience, and it goes lower, and until we break this line, and only then it is going to break it. But definitely the lower high is going to be at least somewhere here, and you will be able to take it, and you will have to take it, definitely. So it is up to you whether to pay attention on this asset. I'm just expressing my thoughts, sharing them, and showing you my targets for buying and accumulating and for selling. Let's look at the Acala. A lot of people expect it to be successful, and they have staking, liquid staking, and other stuff. They represent and provide some stable coins on the Polkadot ecosystem. Definitely want to, great rejection. If we close this and we will, I think we will close this. Look at this. This is an absorbing candle on the 4-hour time frame. Definitely a great example for you to bail out if you were holding it. It is going lower. It is going lower, and it is a clear sign for us. For example, start with some recovery and go lower. Around, I told you in my Twitter account that we have some ranges here, clear ranges. If we break it, it goes long. You can long, and it goes higher. Or if we, for example, reach it and break with a fake out, get below, back, start closing, lower it, and get retest. And this is where we take in our shorts, and it goes lower. This is how you can trade it. If it goes higher, immediately retests and starts reversing, it is long, and you can hold further. Simple as that. Level to level, confirmation after confirmation. That's how you trade and become successful. Here, I think I told you in my Twitter account that I think that this line is going to be our indicator about where to buy, where is going to be our support. We are going to slide on this line as long as the market crushes, goes down, and we will find somewhere around $20, I don't know, not $20, 20 cents, 18, 19 cents. We will find some support here and this line will help you identify where it's going to be. Some accumulation and back, and we reclaiming our range, retesting. If successful, then we go higher. This is one of the setups about how it is going to work here. It is very important actually, because a lot of altcoins during this red markets are going to show you the same behavior, and it is important for you to know these kind of setups that repeat from cycle to cycle, both during this downtrend market or then as an ascending market, and you have to follow it. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that a lot of months ago, at the end of 2021, I was telling you that I am adding Bella protocol into my investment portfolio. Bella, let's look at it. A lot of people don't know about it even. I think people from Binance know about it. Only 100 million in supply, but it has no demand. Less than 44 million market cap. What is interesting about it? A lot of people forgot about it. Why? Because actually, if you look at it, at their website, and look at what they provide, their apps and their offers for locking your assets and receiving passive incomes. Okay, they came with some great APIs right now. I now understand why the price skyrocketed a little bit a week ago, because before these APIs were ridiculous. They were small and unattractive. Now I can see that they will try to revive this project because everybody forgot it, and I predicted it. How did I do that actually? Basically, I know the strategy and the mechanics of how Binance works. Bella was a launch pool project on the Binance, and it is backed by Binance. They are their supporters and investors of the Bella protocol. So, how does Binance work? And remember, it will be very useful for you if you didn't know it yet. So basically, Binance usually it is based on my 4-year experience with Binance, from the year they started. They start when the new year comes, after the New Year holidays, at the end of January, beginning of February, they start their activity on Binance. They launch a lot of launch pads, launch pools, a lot of new projects, and this lasts for at least a few months. For example, February, March, April, maybe even May. And then they slow down again for the summer and other part of the year, of the season. So basically, during each New Year's beginning, they launch a lot of projects like Bella Protocol. And Bella Protocol was launched at the beginning of 2021. There was a lot of hype. They create always hype around this project. They launch it, they back it, they finance it, and create some AMAs in their social media accounts, airdrops for the participants. And then after all of that hype that Bella had and other similar projects on Binance, they forget about it. And it starts blowing off. And you can see by the price. Actually, it wasn't that bad actually. Even after the first, we reached $5, then went back lower. But what attracted me is that knowledge won. After Binance releases such assets as Bella, the same was with Certic, with BitTorrent and other Seller and others. I don't remember them right now, all of them. So they work under the similar strategy. They release this project, they forget about it, they create hype, then forget about it for a year or two, and then when everybody already forgot about that project and don't see any perspectives in it, they start reviving that project. I am sure that before that they are buying from the bottom and they start reviving such a project. And I saw at Bella and looked at this chart, and it was very attractive to me because it has this setup that I love the most. The compression setup, as I call it myself, it is my name. I don't know how they call it in trading. This is some kind. It looks like a house roof. This and this. The price is sliding under this compression of this roof. This one line as the resistance and one line here as also as resistance. And when the compression becomes here tight, we either break high, strong, not that high exactly, not that strong at the moment, but we break it right like here, break here, retest it and go higher. So the same thing happened here, but there are two types of how we break such a tight compressional setup. We have this all-time low support, and we had it, we obeyed it many times. As you see, it was a strong support, but each support, the more times we touch it, the more our chances, and the sooner we will break it. And we actually broke it. We either get compressed and get out of it right here, breaking it, or we lose it like we did here. Great example here. We lose it, start accumulating here, and nobody even cares about it, this asset anymore, and then we reclaim it and break it. This is what happened with Bella. This is a great bullish setup for me, and technical actually. This accumulation is an indicator for me that it was strong, it was accumulated here. If you followed me on Twitter, you know that I was buying around 73 cents. I told you that I am going to add it into my portfolio here. And I bought first when we first hit it, then we bounced from it, and then lost it. And I forgot it, I held it in my portfolio, and we went down to 30 cents, imagine. And then recovered in a day, in a few days, actually, $2.30. And I think this is going to slide. This can also be our indicator about the market. It is going to slide here, and maybe with some fake out, but we will hold this line as support at some point, I think, and we'll start ascending with the rest of the market when it starts recovery. So if you see the similar setup, compressing setup of the price, you can bet on it. And also why I was betting on this one, because I see exactly and clearly what are the perspectives of the price of this asset, where it is going to come. This one, this trend line, is going to be our control line. This is the lowest we will have to get during the next run, or even we can get there. Sounds like a fantastic to me. I don't believe it either at the moment, but if they change something in their project and Binance will help doing that, then it is possible, because they only have 100 million in their token supply, total supply, and also the investors are good here. Arlington Capital, Binance. That is actually all you have to have as your backers to be successful, at least sometimes. So definitely you need to follow this these kind of setups. Glimmer, let's look at it. A lot of people also want to buy it, don't know where to buy it and where is going to be a good price. For me, this price is right here. It's hard to, this chart hard to show. I don't know whether we can get to 40 or 30 cents, but 40-50 cents is a good buy for me here. There is not much history here to analyze because it is quite new. Yes, it is an asset of 2022. It is hard to analyze here anything. So definitely, but buying here around 40-30 cents is a safe, I think, business. And it will be back to $4 in no time, I guess, when the recovery of the market starts and it reverses. What else? Let's look at our Solana. The rejections here worked out perfectly, as I showed you in my previous videos. This set of resistances held the price precisely and showed us deviation, and we went lower to the targets that I mentioned. We haven't reached them yet, but I think it is a matter of time. Solana is going to be around $19, $20, $21 soon, I think. If not now, but then after the retest of this line, I guess. Or if we break it, we can find resistance here of this another rejection and slide on it until we get to this zone and start accumulating here some kind of range, and we'll be back up. It is up to you actually to decide whether to get into Solana. I don't understand until now whether this is some kind of plot or they are actually having some troubles. whether these troubles are real. Grayscale invest in it, but what next? Nobody knows. Whether this is the plot to scare the investors out of it before the next round so they wouldn't buy it, or Solana has the real problems and the perspectives are not that bright. So if Solana resolves all their network's troubles, then it is going to be very successful and it will run high. This global trend line is going to be our indicator of where it can go during the next 3 years, but only if they resolve all their troubles. So it is your own risk to decide whether to invest in it now, but actually diversify, not significantly, but in 3 to 5 assets it would be enough, strong assets that you believe in and have a strong reason. Okay, let's look at some other coins. Sushi, I already shared this in my Twitter account that I'm going to buy Sushi here, and I'm think that it is going to be its local, not local, I think even global bottom. I think Sushi is going to this line, and this green line that was counter trend line, local counter trend line before, that we broke to the upside, and I told you that we are going to be back to it, sliding on it, and it is going to help us identify the bottom for Sushi. And if you buy here, it gets back up and starts some kind of accumulation here, consolidation, and it will be clear that it will reverse here, and I think it's going to be stronger. It will take some time for it to consolidate, I guess, because this asset also goes very compressed a little bit, and it is going to break its global counter trend line soon, I guess at the end of this year. So at some point we will break it and go hard on it, at least to this range line. At some point I think we will break it and reclaim it. Of course we can get rejected here, go for some retest and get back higher. If we reclaim it, retest it here, hold this support, we are going higher. We have another great trend line, global trend line, that is going to be our limit for the price exploration. Actually this price relies only on technical matters, not on my fantasies, because as you see I am showing you the reasons on the chart and how to react on any situation, but also you can see that Sushi has a low token supply, only 250 million tokens, so definitely it is totally logical for Sushi to come that high. It can do that if the project and its restructuring plan develops according to the plan and gives some fruition and some results that will increase the demand and attention to this token, or basically when the altcoin of the next bull run starts, some huge money investors will accelerate it and pump this coin heavily. It is totally possible, as they do that with Ethereum Classic. and with Bitcoin Gold and other junk that we have in our history of the trading. The next one is REN. A lot of people were betting on REN, and they remember, who follow me on Twitter, that I I told you that buying around 9 cents is a good buy for REN. It is a good accumulation spot, but for now it is clear that we are not ready yet, and we can go lower. How far? I think around 6-7 cents. I don't think we will come to the bottom of this yellow zone, support zone, global support zone. Definitely we will end up somewhere here around 5-7 cents. I don't think we go below lower, and we will start some consolidation, reversal, and we will break this some kind of midterm trend line, start consolidating more. It will take time, I think, but then we will be able, maybe we'll be back here, and we will break, eventually we will always break this line and go until at least to this green global trend line that is going to be our point of control, until at least to 80 cents. It is definitely where REN is heading in the next 2 years, I think. So buying at these prices, if it goes lower, buying this asset for 5 cents that has 1 billion tokens, I guess, supply, and it releases its new products that will be working on REN. That's basically Catalog Fi. You can check it out. Warren Dex already working on it, and Zero DAO, also another project. Yeah, they have 1 billion total supply. So good price for buying, good potential. That's if I am talking about me. If you have spare money, you can buy also REN, but basically most of all REN for me is an indicator, so I follow it all the time. XRP, I'm not into XRP now, but if you know that I think that it also is being compressed here in this great triangle, and this triangle finds its bottom soon. I think 25 cents would be a great buy for you. I think, I don't know whether we go lower here. Right now it is not clear. 25 cents is a good buy, I guess. So eventually the price will break, but it will take time. That is why I don't take a lot of attention to this asset. What else can we look at? Total market cap. This is the chart that I shared today on my Twitter account. I told you that we are going to hit this intersection of trend lines, global trend lines. They look beautifully, actually. So I told you that we will be stopped here, and we actually stopped. The price here stopped, but we don't know for how long. This is my kind of scenario that I drew here, in case we will hold this and will be eager to retest this counter trend line, but we kind of didn't, I think. So basically this one probably won't be vital anymore. We are going lower right now, so we are again retesting as support. Actually, maybe it is still on. We are retesting it. I told you that these global trend lines, they are breakable, so we can draw some false breakouts below, but this counter trend line is going to be our support. So if we are For example, now the daily is going to close in 20 minutes, so we can retest it, start a new candle, and we can start recovering and going to according to my scenario that I just deleted and get back. Eventually we will come back to retest of this global resistance of the previous cycle, and I think this one has to be a strong support for us. Highly doubtly that we will break it. I don't know it yet, but I just assume that we won't break it yet, and it will hold as our top bottom, and we will break again this counter trend line here and reclaim our global trend lines as support, retest it, and go higher. That is what I expect right now based on what I see on the charts right now. So take it in mind, and usually look at crypto market cap chart. It can be highly insightful. Okay, let's proceed to some other Ethereum. What with Ethereum here? I'm not into Ethereum that much, but on the first glance, let's look at it and find out that it dropped to where we expected it to drop, and I think it will start finding its bottom. I'm not sure actually how far we will go. Maybe it is that far. Maybe we will start here the new candle and it starts recovery. We will go up on the retest and start resliding lower, but eventually we will find, I think, support by this counter trend line. It's either here, you could build it right here, or according to this, we retested it twice, not twice, even 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I can put it as the counter trend line. When we touch this line, we will find some reversal here, I guess. That is just my guess, I don't know. So let's look at S&P. Okay, this situation is clear for me. We lost it, but I told you that I expect the price go to 3,500, 3,600 at least. Maybe at some critical point we will reach this 3,400 and start accumulating here, consolidating, or maybe even get bought back fast above this level, this trend line, and reclaim it and go higher. But it will take time, definitely, I think, until the fall this year. Also, should not forget about what we have here. The crypto market abides S&P significantly lately, as I predicted in 2021, when nobody expected that at that time, but I did, because I had my reasons. We have this gap that will be covered. We don't know when. It can be bought back immediately and retested this as resistance and get rejected and get back here, or we continue to going lower straight away, find this bottom and start some recovery from that. Finding this bottom, consolidation, getting back, recovering this gap, going lower level by level, and finding this and coming to this point when we find this global trend line as support and this range line as our support too. So 2 supports will grow stronger here and will be the descending point for the starting the new ascending market. That's just my thoughts. You should look at it and evolve your own. I guess that's basically it. If you have any questions, send them into the comments or on Twitter. Good luck to you guys.